Hi, my name is Isabel Manzanares, and you might not be able to see him, but Kymetrius Addison is right behind the camera, and we are Topper Nation News. Today is November 8, 2017, and the ACT word of the day is constitute, to be equal to. Tomorrow, the boys basketball team will be having a scrimmage against USN at 4:30 p.m., so don't forget to be here tomorrow night to support those toppers. The freshman career fair is November 14th, so all freshmen, please bring in your permission slips to your freshman seminar teacher. Also, last week's play, Midsummer's Night, was a huge success, thanks to the theater department and the Hillwood Dance Ensemble. Great job, guys. Also, Veterans Day is this Friday, November 10th, so don't forget we do not have school, so turn up, but also turn up with your local veteran and give them thanks for their service. Now, we're going to check out on one of the teachers, Ms. Dozier, and see what's going on in her African American Studies classroom. Okay, so we're here with Miss Dozier and one of her students, Jalen, correct? All right. So I had a few questions for you, Miss Dozier. What's the significance in food in different cultures?
Well, food definitely informs the culture. I mean, your culture, like your food is really what your culture is about, right? Mm-hmm. Every culture has its own food, and definitely soul food is part of African American culture. Like, you know, you identify with that food. Puerto Ricans have their Puerto Rican, the rice and peas, right?
Right.
African Americans have collard greens, turnip greens. And when Jalen had it said, Miss Dozier, why don't we have a soul food day? I was like, definitely, African American studies should have a soul food day. I think that would be fun, and so we did it.
And do you see yourself doing this maybe next year again for your students?
I think it was a success today, even though the chicken took a long time, but I think it was a success.
Okay, and that's great. And also, I have one more question. What exactly is soul food for those who don't know what soul food is?
Soul food is definitely Southern food. It's food that our ancestors ate. There's definitely some things that we probably wouldn't eat today. And there's some things that we do eat today, like
what are
chitlins,
those?
Things like that. I mean, there are definitely some foods that African Americans ate that come from slavery times, things like chitlins, pig feet, that they were scraps from the masters. You know, the slaves weren't allowed to eat what the masters were eating. They could only get the leftovers, and so that's where traditional black foods like chitlins and pig feet and things like that come from, where, you know, we don't eat as much today because, you know, we don't have to eat those things today.
Yeah.
But we ate what we could eat, but those are still part of our culture, our heritage as African Americans. But there's still some things, like we do a lot of meat flavoring in our food because that's what we learned to do back in those days. And so, like, even now we have some turnip greens in there, and they're flavored with meat. And so you get a lot of that in that type of food, and so it's really good.
Well, I'm glad you guys are having a soul food day, and I'm glad you guys are having a lot of fun in class. And thank you for answering these questions for us.
Thank you.
And thank you for Soul Food Day. So y'all have fun.
Thanks.
And that was all for Topper Nation News 3A edition. We'll see you next time.
Bye.